Well, hello farming friends, and welcome back to another edition of Farming Simulator 2015 with me, your old buddy, Mistermoose. Back here on Coldborough Park Farm we are, and yeah, we finished up the canola here in field number 8, and we need to head over to field number 7 and get it started and get it going. I think what I'm going to do is just put one combine over here, and then maybe take the other combine over and start the cornfields. So that's probably what I'm going to do today. So we'll take the new hauling and head on into field 7, get it started, and then we'll move over into field 3, I think it is, and start getting some of the corn harvested over there with the class. So we'll get this guy rolling. And then what I'll do is I'll just kind of jump back and forth between the various tenders and take care of that. Alright, so this guy is in a good spot, I think. I don't even need it running right now. Let's go ahead and get the head off of this guy. And we'll go ahead and we need to purchase a corn header. That is not in a good spot. I was wrong. Because I gotta get that trailer from a different direction. I do like this trailer though, and I've said this before to you guys. This is not the stock, or this is not the one that came or was meant for this head. It came out of another pack that I had, and I don't know which one it was, so don't ask me on that. But it works really well because it sits so low to the ground. I've tried to use a stock when Landy and Recon and I were doing this map on multiplayer. Tried to put this head on a stock trailer or an in-game trailer, and I couldn't get it to tapping. It just wouldn't do it. But it goes onto this one perfect. So yeah, I mean, it's almost like it was made for it, but it's not. But anyways, let's get that out of the way, and we'll head over towards field number 3 with this guy. We'll purchase a corn head, and we'll use it a little bit. Oh, whoa, 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 don't hit that. So anyways, that's what we're going to be doing today. Alright, so let's go to the store and make a little purchase. We need a combine head for corn. Now, I've got a couple of different options here. If I go into mods, I really don't have any modded corn heads. The only thing I have is I have the class head, which is 4.5 meters that I could get for it. Otherwise, my option is to go with the stock in-game stuff. And you could go with the small Capello, or we could get the big Capello for 12 meters and have it. This seems like such a big head for this farm. These little small English farms, I just don't think that's appropriate. It'd be a little out of place. Now, if we were doing the bigger, huge fields that are down around the main road, it might work to have one of those. But for right now, I think what I'm just going to do is stick with the in-game, or stick with the modded class header that goes with this particular unit, and go from there. So let's get that delivered to the farm, because we did pay enough money, and the dealer loves us. And we'll go ahead and pick that up. It should be right there. Alright, so with our new corn header, we're going to head up to field 3 and start cutting some corn. Yep, that's what we're going to be doing. And gotta get this gate open. So what I'll do is I'll get the JCB and bring it over here to tend to this guy, and then I'll have the New Holland tended by the other one, by the fence. Why is the New Holland blocked? I don't know what it is. Auto Combine has a problem with this map. On every field, it seems like it gets a third of the way around it in the beginning and then runs into the hedgerow, or it gets to the end of the row and says, there's nothing else to harvest, when there's an entire field to harvest. It's bizarre to me why it does that. I don't quite get it. Odd. I can shut this guy off. No need in him running. Alright, so let's get this guy started. And, what do you mean unfold? Why is it folded? Why would I have folded up the harvester? Probably hit the wrong button a minute ago. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this guy rolling. And we'll see if we can get this guy started. Get some weight on the front of it. And we'll grab this trailer. And get this guy set up so he can tend to the corn harvester. Good. Let's find this guy, get him fired up. It's so weird, the difference in the sound between the JCB and the Fent. I've gotten so used to running, come on, 30 miles an hour through the field is not appropriate. I've gotten so used to running these Fents and that deep bellow that's coming out of them that I go getting that JCB and it just sounds completely wrong. So we'll get these guys unloaded. This guy unloaded anyways. Back out of its way so it can make its turn. Auto combine won't freak out. So I'm just going to manually unload it for a couple of runs. See, the lexicon has run into the hedgerow as well now. If I look up at glance, it says blocked. It's not blocked, it's run into the hedges again. So let me get this guy emptied out. And once I do, then I go get over there and figure out, get that class off the hedgerow. Leave that guy there. And so the class decided to quit. Stupid. I just don't understand why Auto Combine does this. But there's nothing else to harvest. Seriously. I mean, I looked all around. I stood out there on the front next to the cab. I looked to the left and I looked forward, and there was nothing. There was no more corn to harvest. Crazy. I don't get it sometimes. Alright, and while that is doing its thing, and this guy's doing its thing, and everything, there's actually still more to do. Let's get this guy fired up. Yeah, I'm going to attempt to pull off the trifecta today. And that's going to be harvest 2 fields and plow a 3rd. Is that going to be possible? Probably not. So I've got my plow sitting back here in this one field. Eventually, I think what I'll do is end up cultivating a small area of that field and maybe putting a shed in back there so I can put a few implements in it. Not sure quite yet. Alright, so let's get the other one real quick. What's he sitting at? I got time. I think that's it. Nope. That is that. Nope. Yep, there we go. So many tractors. I know, I need to use that, I'd like to have a quick switch program. The only one I've seen so far, I just really don't, I don't know, I'm not really into it. Then again, I haven't actually messed with it too much. I've just read the documentation on it and not really been too fond of how it's set up. Man, I need to get in and mess with it a little bit. Honestly, it might be something that I actually enjoy if I actually took the time to mess with it and set it up properly. So I'll go ahead and get these guys into the field over here and get them ready to set up. And then once I get the next unload on both of my combines done, I'll actually get on out here and get them plowing. I'm gonna go ahead and get that. Alright, so I need... This guy needs dumped. Get my drive control set up to speed match it. This is where I really like having track IR. I can look back, check the pipe, make sure it's right, and then I can check the front of the tractor and look back. And I don't have to, when I do it, it doesn't go all over the place and all wobbly and wonky. You have to give that thing so much space for auto combine. And it's going to run into the hedges. And it's too stupid to know to get off of it. It will just sit there and try. I have to back up a certain distance before I can start. I'm sorry. It's a guideline. It's set up in my parameters. I must back up this far before I start going forward again. Sorry, boss. I'm just following the rules. Silly. Silly, silly, silly. So yeah, anyways, to be able to look back, then look forward, to check your line, come back. It's just that simple, you know. Look over and gauge where I'm at in relationship to that. Pop my cruise control on. Take my cruise control off, put it back on, off, back on, there we go. And now I can look forward, scratch my head, look back. Just a nice little ability to have. Alright, that guy is empty, and we can tab over to the next one, because he needs to be emptying his guy. Alright, keep it under 30 miles an hour. Ooh, doesn't want to climb that hill, does it? Probably what I'll do is once they get a couple of rows on them, I'll put them under, I'll get them into course play. But for now, I'll just manually unload them. Alright, while that's doing its thing, I can go ahead and get these guys set up. Rotate that head over. Alright, so let's get into course play. I've made a plowing folder. I'm going to get rid of this and start all over again. I've made a plowing folder so I can start saving all my plow specs for these fields, because I don't want to have to be doing them over and over and over again. So we're going to set this up though today. Dual plows again, and this is going to be field number 9. Working width. I'm going for, again, 4.8 is what I'm basing everything on as far as my plow width. I'm going to scale back though, because I did miss that little bit of an edge in Manchester. So I'm going to go 9.4 as my total working width. My starting corner is this northwest going east. And if I remember right, I did 3 headlands on this. And that looks about right. If I do 2, it's going to catch this this area up here, so that's the reason I went with 3. And that does look good. Alright, so 9.4 meters. Create that course. Save that course. This is going to be field 9. Field 9 dual, 9.4 meters, starting in the northwest corner. Save that. Alright, offset on this needs to be 1 meter left. Activate. Activate, not 1 meter, but 1/10 of a meter, whatever it is. And come over here. We can drive to our starting point, and we can actually get this guy started. Alright, drive course. And with the next guy, I'm going to do, it's offset so I can move on over here. I'm going to pull up that course now, which is right here. It should be moved into the plowing folder. Alright, so we're going to load this course in. I'm going to go into fieldwork mode. I'm going to offset this 4.8 meters to the right. That should be good. Activated, and ready to drive. And again, I'm activating the symmetrical lane change. That way they'll flip-flop and make sure that they both stay in their same perspective lanes to where they're plowing. It keeps everything the same. If I don't, they'll run into each other eventually. Alright, drive course. Whoa, where are you going, buddy? Why did it do that? Did I not get past 2 dots? I must not have. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. Did I give the wrong offset? I did. I should offset to the left 4.8. Duh. There's the problem. Drive course. And all is good. All is good. Alright. So, let's see. This guy's run into a tree. Stop him. Restart. come back around. Because you're too stupid to go around a tree. There we go. That's good. Alright, so let's look at our percentage. Our corn's pretty high. So we'll go ahead and empty him. Back behind us, isn't he? Maybe he's not. Maybe he's on the front of the field. I thought he was back here. Wherever he is, he'll be stopped by the time I get to him. There he be. Yeah, by the time I get to him and turn around, he will be done. Oh, barely missed it. Oh well. Almost made it to him. After this, I can probably... I'm going to be full here. I'm going to have to go dump. After this run, I can probably put this guy on course play. I don't know. I might just manually dump. I might just switch back and forth between the two of them and play tender. There's really not anything else I can do right now other than take over one of the harvesters. But that means automating 2 more workers. So, you know, to take one off, you'd have to automate 2. Whereas if I just stick to tending and just tend both fields, I can actually save a little bit of hired help for it money. Oh, did I come that too close? I hate this little section of the farm. It's so tight and so ridiculously stupid. Oh, and now I am stuck. Are you kidding me? There. Yeah, I just don't like how tight that is. Alright, so this guy's back in the field, and the corn harvester is about full again, so, because we didn't get a good cleaning on it. So we'll head back over here and see if we can't get turned around and get him cleaned out. Offloaded, whatever you want to say. Man, look at how dirty that thing is. I guess I ought to pick a day and actually clean them. I rarely ever do clean the tractors and equipment, but I guess in some sense I should every once in a while give them a good cleaning. Oops, went a little bit too far. So one thing I learned about Track IR the other day, and I didn't realize this, was the adjustment of speed and how that played into how much camera movement you got. I thought speed really had to do with how fast everything moved, and it does in a way, but really they use the word speed when they really ought to say ratio, or gearing or something else like that. It really is about the ratio of head movement to camera movement, is what speed really is. Because what I found out was, if you increase the amount of speed, you get more distance that is covered by the camera. Whereas if you decrease the speed, you decrease the amount of movement of the camera. And I didn't realize that, or amount or distance that the camera will travel. So, in other words, if I have a higher number, I have more move. Let's see, let me get this right. The higher the speed number, the less head movement you need. And the lower the number of speed, the more head movement you need. So I was tweaking everything the other day and found that, because I was lowering the speed down trying to get it smoother so there wasn't as much jerkiness to it, but in doing so I was losing the amount of coverage I had. Like, okay, so for instance, I'm looking out the back window now, and to do that, if I'm looking at my monitor, if you were looking straight on your monitor and you turned your head to where you look sort of at the corner of your monitor, alright, that's where I'm looking to look backwards, is I've turned and I'm looking towards the right hand corner of my monitor, which, okay, I'm using a 60-inch monitor, so yeah, my corner might be a little bit different than yours. So where I'm going with this is, you know, the slower I move my head, I was hoping to slow everything down, but what it turned out was, when I was slowing the number down, let's say if I move my head this much at a low number, I don't make it all the way around to the back. Whereas with a faster number, that same amount of head movement would get me way back here into the corner. So just this much movement at a low speed gets me to here. That same amount of movement at a higher speed gets me back here. So I didn't realize that. Now that might have just confused a bunch of people. But, so yeah, adjusting the speed down doesn't help you out. It actually hurts you, because you can't get that rear view look in drive control. You can't get a look out the mirror at a low speed, because you almost have to break your neck. And that's what I was doing. I had turned the speed so far down, and I was trying to look out back to back up and stuff. I was about breaking my neck to do it, because, you know, I was trying to turn one way and then look out the corner of my eye to be able to see the monitor still. And come to realize I had done that to myself by turning the speed setting down too low inside the game, because how did I not get close enough to unload? That pipe is so short. Yeah, I had done it to myself. I had turned the speed down too low, hoping to get rid of any herky jerkiness or anything else like that within, you know, with the camera. But by turning that speed down to hopefully get some smoothness, I had actually made it to where I couldn't see out the back window without really getting into an awkward situation where I was looking way right and then trying to look back to the left. I'll show you where my head is. This is about where my head had to be before for me to see out the back window. Now I've got a nice look out the back window and I'm looking straight at the monitor almost. So that was a nice adjustment to figure out. Alright, so we're going to move on and unload this thing. So my tip of the day, if you do decide to do track IR for farm sim, leave your speed, you know, up around 1 or, you know, 0.8 or something like that. Don't turn it way down. If you want to get things a little bit smoother, increase your smooth settings, and but leave the speed up. Don't know why I did that. See if I can get in here and not get hung up this time. Oh, I failed again. I cannot believe I did that again. I normally don't have this much of a problem with this. This is the only thing, the hedgerow and that I just can't stand. The hedgerow I can deal with. That I just still don't understand why that was made so tight. I think the combine's right there. Yeah. Can't see because of that stupid bar. Where the frame is right there in the corner, I couldn't see. Alright, so we'll let the combine come and get in front of us a little bit, and then we'll pull up next to it, unload it the rest of the way, because it's back up to... well, actually, the lexicon needs emptied before that does. So, let's tab over to it. See where it's at in the field. In relation to us, it's back here. Sorry about that, I had to cough really bad. Y'all might not have even noticed it. Unless I forget to go back and erase the pop of where I hit the mute switch. Oh, come on, Crunch. I set cruise control and it didn't take. And apparently I'm too far ahead. Alright, so we'll head this guy back and dump it. See if we can get hung up again in the yard. So I checked all the mods out today before I started recording. Nothing. Still nothing decent out there. That McCormick looked promising, but I just don't have a, right now I don't have a need for it. One day I'll probably end up doing some sort of map and using nothing but old equipment. I think that would be cool. But at the same time, it's not something right now that really has got my interest. I'm playing the new stuff, But to do a map with nothing but old stuff, it might be cool. Might be cool to mix it up a little bit like that. Do a period piece. Alright, so that got dumped. And we managed not to hang up in there. I don't know where I could put a shed back here, though. None of this is level. Though that one shed I do have does have leveling feet on it, or leveling platforms, so that you can use it and it'll level itself up. Alright, so let's go ahead and get the combine emptied over here because it is 90%. It's actually back behind me. So I don't know if you guys will notice it or not, but one of the pitfalls of me tabbing back and forth between all these vehicles is sometimes I do an absolutely bonehead stupid thing. And that is, I tab out using Alt-Tab. And when I do, Fraps crashes, and I have to start all over again. I've done it now 5 times in this one video. There'll be some creative editing to hide some of it, but yeah. Oh, it aggravates me when I do something dumb like that. Another reason why I need to go look at a quick switch and try it out. I guess maybe today I'll download that and mess with it. I've got a little bit of time today. Since I'm not feeling too hot and the wind's blowing too much outside, maybe I can just go ahead and tackle that and see if I can get it set up and mess around with it a little bit. The only thing that bothered me about it was some of the controls on it and the key bindings for it. I don't know. Like I said, it's not something I've looked into too much, but probably going to do it today so I can go ahead and stop doing stupid stuff. God, look at this field, how much I've missed. Turns and changes just don't work well. Yeah, they're getting it done though. we'll get all the missed spots with the cultivator, and again, in real life we wouldn't miss all these spots. But I can't teach animation or automation to be precise. You can only work with what you got, right? So they're doing a pretty good job though. It's getting done. .8 seems to be, or the 9.4 seems to be working. Instead of trying to max it out at 9.6. Alright. That guy is full, so I need to go empty it. So there's a little bit of corn left to get. There would be the 2 small corn fields that I need to get. And then there's 1 more canola field that needs to be harvested. And then the planting needs to begin on this particular farm. But I think we will probably do that a little later on. I think we'll probably get back to Manchester pretty quick here. I like this map and I like working on it, but yeah, I'm kind of excited about Manchester. I like the challenge of the soul mod, I have to be honest with you. I've done all this farming stuff. The farming stuff now, it's just kind of routine. It's the added challenge of getting the soul and everything right that intrigues me about Manchester and why I'm into it so much. Because it makes it fresh. Whereas all this, it's the same thing. It's the map's a little bit different, so you have to deal with the little intricacies of each different map, running into different, like this one, working with the hedgerows and stuff like that. But for the most part, it is the same thing over and over and over again. It's the equipment that you use and everything else like that. I think I will probably start another map after I get the soul mod good and I know what I'm doing with it and I understand it pretty much. I think I'm going to go back and do a soul mod legit. So we'll find a map that we like, or it may be whatever. But I might do a soul mod legit, or I may start another map and just play it legit. Because the one thing about doing this map and buying every piece of equipment that I want to play with, and playing with every piece of equipment I want to play with, it's fun and it's nice, and it's much more relaxed, and you don't feel like, oh, I've got to work my butt off so I can get that next piece of equipment. At the same time, it's like there is no challenge to it. There is no pressure at all to get things done, to get to that point where you've got a surplus of money and there isn't really a feeling of accomplishment that you've gotten that next piece of equipment and you're moving up and now you're being able to do more and more and more and more. But at the same, like I said, it's a double-edged sword. At one point, it's nice to not have to worry about it. You just go ahead and purchase whatever equipment you want, and you do whatever you want to do. But at the same time, the other way, you've done something. Alright, so get into this guy. But we'll head on over here because he's 61%. Of course, he turns right as I get underneath him. This isn't going to work because he's going to have to turn again. This is what I hate. This is where I really hate auto combine. It gets in these spots where it turns itself so sharp in, and then when it gets ready to make its next turn, it's a whole turn inch in, turn inch in, turn inch in, turn inch in. That one's actually a decent turn. He's empty. We'll peel off and just put him right here for the time being. And it looks like our fence are finished, so we can stop them. Take this guy up here to the field. Looks a lot better. Yeah, I mean, there's these little places at the edges, but for the most part, it looks good and clean. So we'll jump on here and do some more work in a couple of days. And again, maybe that's something over the weekend. I'll do a live stream or something whenever I get a chance to do a live stream. I will do it. Too much going on right now with everything that's going on with work. It did it again. Oh well. Oh, start that back up. Stop course play. That's what you needed to do. I need to cover that alt button up so I can't alt tab. I don't know why I do it. Sometimes it just becomes one of those things where I'm just constantly doing it in a video, and it is so frustrating because it crashes Fraps. I have to close Fraps completely out, restart Fraps, resync the video, and then when I go to edit the video, I've got to take out all that stuff and get everything lined up properly, and it's just because I record my audio separate from my video. So that I can put a noise gate on it so you guys don't hear all the junk going on in the background or anything else like that, to try and at least keep all the noise out of the video. So alright, I'll leave these guys here. We'll pick up with this field when we resume. I will, like I said, I will try to do a live stream maybe tonight if I can get to it, if I can get everything else done, and get a little GTA in at some point. I mean, come on, let's be honest, you know, part of the reason I don't always have time for farm sim is because I'm playing other video games. And then you got to be in the mood for it. I'm trying to cut back on my farm sim and enjoy some other stuff. Plus there's a World of Warships contest going on this week, and you know, or this weekend. Through the week to the weekend. God, can't believe it. It's just Thursday. Anyways, there's a contest going on this week where you have to use the tier 4 cruiser, and whoever gets the highest score gets so much stuff that yeah, probably be playing a lot of World of Warships in a cruiser. Just a little bit ahead of it. This short trailer, I gotta get used to it. Alright, 100% full. We'll go dump it. Now I think I'm about to wrap up this video before I tab out once again and make it 7 times that I have jumped out and crashed fraps. But anyways, hope you guys have enjoyed the video today. It's been sort of laid back. Not a whole lot going on other than harvesting. Not too much to talk about. Oh, I got in here a second time without messing up. Alright. So anyways, thanks for watching today, guys. If you liked the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. That one guy that dislikes every video of mine, go ahead and give me a thumbs down, because I know you're going to do it anyways. I don't know why you hate the videos, but you watch them every day, so you can put a thumbs down on it, and that's cool. Go ahead. But, you know, make sure you watch every day so you can thumbs down and dislike the video, because you still watched it. Anyways, and if you like the videos and you want to see more of them, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I do a new video each and every day. Thanks for watching, guys. Y'all have a great day. Stay safe, and I'll see you tomorrow. Until then, bye-bye.